หากคุณเป็นแฟนเพจของบอร์ดเกมวันเดอร์และชอบดูหนังตอนนี้เรามีช่องรีวิวหนังด้วยนะติดตามได้ที่แฟนเพจ Facebook และ YouTube Channel ในชื่อ Movie Wanderer ฝากด้วยนะคะ
Hey guys, I'm Ross from Board Game Wanderer, and tonight we're going to be playing Catan. So we have the extended version as well as the base version of Catan, so that gives us a bigger board to play with all of our 6 friends tonight. So Catan's a game about resources, building, and a bit of exploration on the map. So the aim of the game is to acquire as many victory points as possible. The key part of the game is gathering resources, and as you can see here we've got a map with all sorts of different tiles representing different resources. On each tile is a smaller number which represents a dice roll. We roll with 2 dice, and that dice roll will give us the resource that is collected on every turn. Every player rolls the dice every turn, and then anyone who is able to collect a resource from that number and that tile gets one that turn. So to set up the game, you lay the board out with the outer edge, and then you fill in the resource tiles in the middle. You can do this randomly, or you can make nice little patterns of mountain ranges and grasslands. And then after that, you put the numbered tiles on the resource tiles, and that gives us our board. And the robber goes here on the desert, which doesn't have a number because the desert doesn't produce anything. So we've got 5 different resources. We have ore, brick, straw, wool and wood, as well as what are they called? As well as development cards, which are a separate special card. In the game we've got 3 different types of buildings. We have cities, settlements and roads. Cities and settlements can only be built at the end of roads, and cities can only be built or upgraded on an existing settlement. At the start of the game you get to place 2 settlements and 2 roads, and from then on cities and settlements can only be built at the end or in intersections of roads. Another key part of the game is trading resources. So resources can always be traded 4 to 1 with the bank, or at ports for their displayed ratio. You can also trade resources with players at an agreed upon rate with every player, but this can only be done during your turn. You have a card that explains the costs of each item that you can buy during your turn: roads, settlements, cities and development cards. Another important part of the game is the robber. If a 7 is rolled, the player that rolled 7 is able to move the robber 1 square, and if he lands on a square that is bordering another player who has a city or a settlement on that square, the player who rolled the 7 is able to steal 1 resource from that player. If the robber is on a hexagon with a number underneath, as long as he's on that hexagon, any settlements bordering that hexagon aren't able to receive resources from it when its number is rolled. Development cards can be brought each turn if you have enough resources. They're brought at random and you get the first one off the stack. They have a number of different effects. The knight enables you to move the robber. Cards like Monopoly will enable you to steal resources from players. Some development cards will give you a victory point and get you closer to winning the game. To win the game you need to get 10 victory points. Settlements are worth 1 victory point, so every time you build one you'll get another, and cities are worth 2. Certain development cards are worth victory points, and there's also prize cards for each player who has the longest road and the largest army at the end of the game. So the normal standard Catan gives you a smaller board than we're currently using. We're going to be using the expansion pack, which enables us to play with 5 to 6 players as well, instead of just the normal 2 to 4 players. So that's how to play Catan. We're going to have great fun playing it tonight.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
สติกเกอร์ลายบอร์ดเกมวันเดอร์มีจำหน่ายแล้วอย่าลืมไปค้นหาคำว่าบอร์ดเกมวันเดอร์ในไลน์ช็อปนะครับ